Hey, what's going on YouTube? Warstorm here coming at you guys with another match, the Team APS Community Tournament. This is a round 2 match between Slay and Evan playing one of the more interesting decks in the tournament, Kozmo Pals, versus Boss Mojo playing Mermails. For commentary today, I have my good friend Bloopers included. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Alright, so this should be a kind of like this should be a interesting as I'm like working the logistics. This should be a very interesting match because I know Evan's like at least from these are two guys who are pretty active in the apps community page. So I'm curious to see who wins this one.
Yeah, I know Evan has a lot of experience with the deck as it's a bit of his own creation that he's been working on for quite a while now.
And Evan is like I kind of consider Evan like pretty close to Trell in terms of like mastering janky decks, but that's just me.
Yeah.
So, but overall, I would say Cosmos theoretically should have the he's gonna go and activate Cosmotown to shuffle because if you're the good thing about Cosmotown in a deck where you're playing like a whole other engine, you can just shuffle. You can just unbrick your hand by shuffling everything back.
Yeah.
He's gonna shuffle 3. Because Farm Girl's not. I notice a lot of Cosmo players are cutting down on numbers of Farm Girl because she's really not a card you want in your hand going first.
Yeah, like now a lot of the Cosmo decks are a bit more combo orientated. So just like having Farm Girl isn't really beneficial unless you're trying to OTK. And then you mainly used her to search, but now we have Tin Can for that.
Yeah, so it looks like and at first when I read Tin Can, I'm like, oh, this card's not that good. But then like I thought, then after later, I was like, wait, this card deck thins like in 3 cards for very minimal cost. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, this card's pretty good. And the good thing is like about Tin Can is it completely changed the deck's play style, which is good. All right, so
Yeah, I went from like a full, just a sacky OTK deck now to a bit more control, which I think is pretty healthy for the deck as a whole.
yeah, it looks like he's gonna get lucky and get the Dark Destroyer off the Tin Can search, which is about as good as you could want it, really. The unfortunate thing for I remember talking to Boss Mojo about his list, and he said that it's unfortunate how bad Mermails matchup is against Cosmos. Like the extra stuff you have to do to get over like Dark Destroyer is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, like
Oh, and
for
as we see a kaiju come down.
ooh, the kaiju, that's a pretty good opening now that Dark Destroyer is dead in the hand.
Yeah, and then so that tells me the Boss Mojo is main decking kaijus, which in Mermails you can definitely justify for sure, especially Gamma Seal because at worst it's a pitch fodder for your Megalo. So
Yeah,
there's definitely it's like Evan's gonna be activating Cosmo Town to shuffle again.
yeah. And then another thing about main decking kaijus in mermail or in water in this case, like it's not only good for getting rid of your opponent's monsters, but it can also be used as like Xyz fodder as well, due to Gamma Seal being no, not Gamma Seal, the Sticky String kaiju being a level 7, which gives you a rank 7 play.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time though, like even just from a personal level, outside of flare metal, there's not really many rank 7s I want to make nowadays. It's sad because like even as good as Big Eye is, I just don't ever really have instances anymore where I'm justified going into it.
Yeah,
So it looks like Mojo's activating the in phase sphere. Which is still it's slow, but it's certainly not a bad card. You know, getting 2 free monsters from the deck is not bad. All right, and the Lind is gonna resolve in the end phase, popped by the sphere. And the good thing for Evan is he's gonna go ahead and before the end of the main phase he's gonna go ahead and activate Tinkan's effect to pop the Lind. Or is he gonna pop the Dark Destroyer? I would pop the Dark Destroyer and go for Slip Rider.
Yeah, that would be
That,
really good in this
that
case.
seems like because you can go for the Slip Rider and pop the Sphere Fear and or you don't really pop the Sphere here. You kind of want to maybe want to pop your own Cosmo Town to get some more searches. Oh, he's going for a Dark Lady, which is Dark Lady negates also negates is really good here because it's going to keep Boss Mojo from getting any more resources on the field, which is really important in this situation. Like you want to keep Mermails from going aggro as much as possible.
Yeah, and then being able to negate the special summons from Teus and Megalo just gives him in a bit more control of the board.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's really puts at least and the other thing is at least looking at the tournament list so far, I think we do I've seen a fair amount of Cosmos, but it's not surprising. I mean, a lot of people are going to play and you see the Regeki come down.
Damn.
Like it's like the good old days of set heavy storm after you set the heavy storm by itself and your opponent set 4. It's like the pro heavy storm snipes. It looks like the Call of Haunted is going to be activated on the end phase, targeting Slip Rider. He doesn't want Boss Mojo probably getting off any more stupid stuff. So it's like the sphere's getting hit. And then the Cosmojo on the end
Ooh,
phase. Oh wow, going to game 2.
auto game 2 there.
Yeah,
That
like
was just like, that was a complete blowout on
yeah,
Evan's side.
for sure. Like getting rid of basically all his resources, and from there, like looks like Mojo's going to be setting a few and setting. More than likely, it might be a Lind, but who knows? He might have bricked.
Yeah,
Oh
considering. Ooh,
wow, damn! Iron Wall come down. He's like, yeah, that's fine. The thing is, we do know he is playing Performa Pals, so it's not like but the thing is, like, he can't. The whole theory behind the deck is you're using Pendulum Sorcerer to pop your own stuff. He's gonna go ahead and
yeah.
activate the Pendulum Sorcerer, activate the Lizard Draws, and oh, Twin Sorcerer's coming down. No scales for you. He's gonna ditch the Teus
The Megalo.
or the Megalo. Yeah, actually, that's. I think he only pop the Sorcerer? Oh, you want to pop? I was like, well, why wouldn't you pop both? And it looks like the Cosmotown's coming down, so it looks like Evan's trying to unbrick, activate the unbrick. Oh, all 3. Okay.
Wonder what he's trying to dig for here.
Yeah, I mean,
Possibly go for scales, and then if he gets the scales, he can use Sorcerer to pop the Cosmo Town, Cosmo Town search Slip Rider, and out the Iron Wall.
Boss Mojo's just like, Evan, what kind of Jake is this?
And he doesn't get a Joker or a Monkey board.
Yeah, apparently. And then the Linda's gonna get her effect, unfortunately. Depending on what I could see him, he's going for Megalo. He's going for forward presence. I'm guessing he might have another water in hand because otherwise I think he would have gone for lead in that situation because I believe Mojo does play at least one copy of lead unless they're on the off chance he might have cited it out.
Yeah.
I think lead is one of the reasons people still play lead in a lot of Mermail lists is because it's like how much you can hand loop your opponent with both lead and Trish and Moon Glacia.
Yeah, because just being able to loop your opponent for a turn, like if you lose the dice roll, you always have that option to go ahead and loop the opponent for 3 cards.
Yeah, because most of the time it's not like because I remember playing this experience playing against Mermails at locals. You always kind of have to like at least now that Prince is in the TCG, you really have the trouble going if you let a Mermail player going first. Is you have to worry about them glaciating you.
Yeah.
Looks like Evan's got like more enough bricks in his hand to build a house. He's like Mojo must the pike's coming down,
Oh,
and Marksman's gonna pop the face down. Ouch.
Ooh, that's setting up Boss Mojo in a really good position right here. And he might just be able to OTK him.
Yeah, I mean, because Mark's he's the guy, the second donkey. Second donkey's always been a card I've noticed, like, Draco Pal players kind of go back and forth on. I've seen some lists that run none. I've seen some lists that run three.
Yeah, back when I was playing Pepe, like it was my replacement for Sorceress at the time since I didn't have all three. But eventually, people started moving away from Pepe and started playing Draco Pals, and they played 3 second donkey like for more searches and also to replace the perform ages.
Wow, he's gonna shuffle all three back again. Wow. Looks
If I'm not
some
mistaken, that's the same three that he shoveled back last time.
barring the Eclipser, of course. The Eclipser was not in his hand last time.
Oh yeah, it was a farm girl,
Yeah.
and it appears he has not drawn either a monkey board or a joker yet.
Yeah, I mean, which out of all the shuffling he's had, I feel really like he's literally tried digging like 3 or 4 times and he doesn't draw into it. It looks like he's going for another Cosmo Town and Brick Part 2. Wow. Let's see if he could actually draw into something. Yeah, it would appear he didn't draw, so we're going to game 3, guys. God, like the bricks just. I mean, that's the thing though. When you're running like two different engines together, like it really does. It can be really difficult. Like they can sometimes brick each other quite a bit.
Yeah, like even though there's the synergy between Sorcerer popping the ships in Cosmotown, like yes, there is the synergy between that, but other than that, there really isn't anything. And any other subpar cards like E-Tele that only support one of the archetypes can really just lead to a brick.
Yeah,
Because like if you open up a handful of fours or like E-Telly has no synergy whatsoever, really, with the Performer Pals, and I'm not sure what else he plays
yeah.
as
I
far.
remember after talking to him after the tournament, we suggested he probably might have been better off playing the Odd Eyes Sky Iris because you could max out on terraformings with all the field spells you're running. So like
Yeah,
that would have probably been the better idea, at least in theory.
yeah, because then Sky Iris can go in and pop a ship if needed, and it acts sort of like a watered down island, Fire King Island.
Yeah, for sure. And looks like that like this time Boss Mojo does not have the Iron Wall, so I guess he's gonna activate again to unbrick. And looks like he's shuffling a Strawman and a Slip Rider back. Slip Rider is always a card that or not Slip Rider. Strawman's a card I see at varying numbers in a lot of Cosmo lists, but I think it sees a lot more play in the Fire King version for sure.
Yeah, it's a really good card in Fire King Island because it's your big combo piece, and like you mainly max out on it at 3 because just being able to keep bringing back ships and then popping them, and then just overlaying is just really good, and it just helps you set up those big boards.
Yeah, for sure. So it looks like he's finally gonna get a Joker off. He actually get some scales this time. We will see. Monkey board's coming down. All right, is Monkey board gonna get to activate? Looks like Boss Mojo is gonna let that slide. If he does have it set Twin Twisters, it's probably best to let this play keep resolving to see what happens.
Yeah.
Blizzard draw up. There's the Twin Twisters.
Ouch.
You got Twin Twistered again, as we see the lead come out of Boss Mojo's hands.
Ooh, that must hurt a lot considering that he searched the sorcerer with the intention of pendulum summoning, but now he can't. So it really screws up his entire play.
Yeah, for sure. And then it looks like Mojo's gonna go ahead and flip up the Lind and probably bump it into it. That
Yeah.
that's pretty much, at least from the older. Oh wow, we're seeing a marksman come down. That is no bueno. A lot of players always forget that marksman has an effect when it inflicts battle damage. It can grab any Atlantean monster from your deck,
Yeah.
so you can grab Prince from the deck. So it looks like Lind is gonna go ahead and get her effect off unless Evan happens to have like a strike or something like that. Because here, I think if he could have stopped the Lind, you absolutely have to. You don't want that thing resolving. Looks like the Joker's gonna probably bite the dust here.
And then marksman, and then marksman into another monster, and then it gives him the rank 7 play
And
into main phase 2.
and just from Gaios is still like, even in today's format, is still an incredibly potent card. Like it's not like as good as it, like it's even nowadays. I think Gaios it's not as good as it used to be. It definitely holds up as a really powerful card
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, uh, when I was at locals last weekend, just giving you an example, the guy, normal player I lost to, opened Crystal Wing and Gaios, and it took me so many resources to break his board. All right, looks like he's gonna pitch the Dragoons and the Marksman. this,
Oh,
ouch.
he just opened, or he was just going off right now while Evan's just sitting there like a little duck, essentially just drawing bricks at this point.
Yeah, like man, like I don't know how he carries all those bricks in that hand, man. yeah, yeah, like you probably get crushed under that weight. And it looks like he's also gonna search the Diva. Diva's a pretty
Setting
good.
himself up for next turn.
Yeah, he's definitely setting himself up for a possible Trish play next turn. But here, if you can, you've got to go for Gaios, because like Gaios is gonna not only prevents Evans, if he does happen to draw into any Cosmo ships, they won't be able to. And the flare metal's coming down. Wow, that's just savage from Boss Mojo, because Evan's playing a Evan is playing a pretty combo-oriented deck, and Flare Metal just poops on that. I really don't think like he's just. There's nothing like Flare Metal is still, in my opinion, one of the most salt-inducing cards. It looks like he's gonna try to activate Cosmotown's effect to unbrick his hand again. Mojo is like telling him to take that pay the toll, so it can activate the effect. Oh wow, Cosmocon gets negated by the effect of the Mizuchi because it's any effect. But
Ouch.
the
Oh,
but the,
wait, does it get destroyed or does it just negate it?
Mizuchi just negates the effect. So like it's one of the reasons why it never really saw a lot of play, because it just negates, like it's easy to bait out. But the thing is, like it in this situation, it's actually really helpful for Boss Magic, because now the Cosmotown, as we saw on the previous match, like when Mizuchi makes Cosmotown, it basically just hovers there unless you can draw into another field spell. It's like, I hate my life. Because this pretty much looks like a game ending like board, and barring something like Storming Mirror Force, this is like a game ending board right here. And the Wicked Witch is coming down, so he's gonna end his turn. Well, I don't know why he would leave the Neptibus on the field.
Yeah, I honestly think this is probably game because um, Evan's only going to be able to soak up so much damage until he runs out.
That's part of the reason why I think he didn't attack into the Prince, because he's kind of like, I think he's just resigned to losing at this point.
Or Boss Mojo can go ahead and let out an infantry, bait out the 1,000, and then just speed over it for game.
Yeah, for sure. Although we could possibly float into a ship, but like if he had a Dark Destroyer in hand, he probably would have dropped it already to get it ran over the flare metal. Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and pop the set card, depending, just to get it out of the way. Yeah, it looks like, all right. Looks about the end of the match, guys. Looks like Boss Mojo moving on to round 3. So anyway, guys, as always, I'd like to thank you guys for watching the video today. Stay tuned for me and Blooper's match next week. We'll both be commentating on it. So anyway, guys, as always, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. So, Storm, signing out.